The annual 16 Days of Activism against gender-based violence begins Wednesday, but it's a year-round struggle for GBV victims to get justice. Reporter Nqobile Madlala has spoken to one such woman whose former boyfriend is still free 3 years after she was stabbed. Nqobile, good afternoon to you. What exactly happened?
Afternoon, Jeremy. From what we understand, this woman tells us that she was stabbed 18 times by the lover of her life at the time. She says she was sleeping and this gentleman woke up, drank some water, came back, and all she heard was just stabbing wounds that was going into her skin. And as she was screaming, this guy was strangling her and stopping her from screaming, and she was passing out, and it continued like that, and nobody could help her from the neighbors because they were locked in. But after escaping, she then did get some help and she ended up in a hospital. But let's just listen into how it was like for her when she went through that experience.
It was multiple stab wounds: abdomen, arms, back of my thigh, my breasts, my leg. He was just stabbing everywhere. My ribs. He was just stabbing everywhere.
Was there any organs that were...
Yes, my small intestine and part of the liver, which the surgeon had to repair. So those were affected and they had to be repaired in theatre. I think I was also told I had to be transfused about 9 or 10 units of blood, if not more, plus minus 9, 10 units of blood that I had to be transfused.
Lucky to be alive. Let's underline the fact that this happened 3 years ago.
3 years,
What are the police doing?
Well, obviously not enough if it's 3 years. In fact, the victim is still crying that this guy is scot-free and is out and about out there. He could have the next victim already, if not, you know. But the police are saying, Jeremy, that they are working on it. They're saying that now that eNCA has brought it to their attention, that the victim is saying that this guy has been spotted in and around the areas that this victim is in. They will be speaking to her to hear where this guy might be. We do understand that he has even called the victim at some point and even tried to get to the victim's home. So now the police are saying that not much was done at the time, but they will look into it. They will make sure that more is being done, and they will try and make sure that this guy is held in custody. But they're still looking, and we understand that this guy is also a foreigner in the country, which means it's even harder for them for what they're saying. But let's listen in.
Well, we do have measures in place. Obviously, we can't publicly state them because I'm sure there are several other suspects, like you know, with our operations, Okai Molao. One of the activities that we do is tracking and tracing of wanted suspects as well. So this is one of the measures that could have been implemented to try and find the suspect. However, it has also been brought to our attention that because the suspect is a foreign national, there is a possibility that he might not be in the country. But now that you're saying the victim thinks she might have spotted him, it is important that she urgently brings this to the attention of the investigators.
Now, the tragedy is we're going to hear many more such stories as the 16 days of activism begins on Wednesday.